on it. It's going to be a while. It's going to be a while before they get it out. But at least right now, they can't relax yet. Of course, it looks to be making good progress on their part.
Yeah, let's hope there are no more explosions. But it's not often such a close-up view and just a repeated symphony almost of the helicopter just dropping. Making those water drops, and you see the just absolute plume of white smoke, which was a great sign because they've really had a tough battle with this particular house. And here it comes again. I mean, it's been every 30 seconds for a while.
Wow, look at that, guys. Holy crap.
I was on helicopters for a while, and it's quite a dance that they do because as each one comes in, it has to be coordinated. One will make a drop. They know where they're at. The air attack will issue them in. And then in the meantime, they're going over to the lake. So it's kind of like this well-orchestrated dance where they'll go over to the lake. They'll drop into the lake. They'll be getting their water. Next helicopter, they'll take off, come to the fire, and the next helicopter will go into the water source, start taking on water. And they just kind of keep going in a big circle around it. And that's why you'll see them just keep going one after the other.
And good point that you made is that we saw the fire retardant kind of make a perimeter around this particular house, and then the water drops within that perimeter. That's a real coordination to kind of be able to snuff that fire out and keep it from hitting all those other homes nearby.
Yeah, absolutely. And, all the firefighters, they're doing a great job out there. And this has all been planned out before. They practice this. They have drills all the time. So it doesn't replace the real thing, which is what they're facing today. But they're doing a great job at it. And you can tell that where the retardant drop was made was at the head of the fire, that it was headed eastbound. So that slowed the progress of the fire and allowed the firefighters to kind of get in there and get a handle on it. So now they're just dealing with the fire that they have in front of them. But I'm sure they have other units that are probably further east that are looking just in case there's any more spot fires caused by this. But you can kind of tell by the direction of the smoke. That's kind of whichever way the wind's blowing, it's obviously blowing the fire that way. So that would be where your spot fires would be going, is wherever that smoke's going, that's where they're going to be looking for spot fires.
Oh, very interesting point. And Bob, we're going to bring in Megan Perry again on that note. You're watching that smoke and where it's going, Megan, and tell us what's happening weather-wise.
That's right. So we have the sea breeze right now. So those westerly winds, those winds have been anywhere from the west to west-southwest. So that's the way it's coming out of the west. So it's going to be pushing that fire and that smoke east. So that's what we're going to be tracking as we head forward into the next several hours. Luckily, the winds will not be switching at any point tonight. They will be calming, especially as we head into sunset. Pretty incredible to see, yes, these helicopter drops, and they are nailing it. I mean, right on top of it, and you love seeing that white smoke. And there's certainly been less black smoke. So the firefighters are doing such a great job, especially given the conditions. It is very warm right now. It's been hot for a really long time. Temperatures in that area, the closest reporting station that I could find to where this fire is burning, 88 degrees right now, and it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Humidity also on the low side. Now, there have been drier conditions, and there have also been more humid conditions. Last week, it was so hot. It was so humid, which makes it even hotter for those firefighters. Humidity right now is on the low side at 32%.
And the south portion of that being the 8, and the west portion, Los Coches Road. Some of the streets that border the northern perimeter of that are Lakeview Road.
There's a little map.
And East Lakeview Road. If you're in that general area, please do evacuate. The other thing that we have been monitoring are the weather conditions out in the East County. It has been hot. It has been more
Hot caliente. There's the map on the screen.
news. Do we want to check in with... Who do we have?
We have Omari. He's on the phone. He's finally in a position where he can
Thank you, Doris.
speak to us about what he's seeing. Omari, what
Lakeside, California.
Hey,
I said there was a couple of houses burned, some explosions.
I'm riding a shotgun with my photographer Eric, so we're just trying to navigate our way to the fire right now. We just hopped off the 8 where we could really see the smoke from that fire, the black smoke, as you guys have been talking about, saying when you see that black smoke, that means that there's a lot of brush that's still burning. It did start to seem like it was dissipating, so hopefully that's some good news when it comes to it. As we navigate through Lakeside here in Winter Gardens right now, we're not able to see any of the smoke or any of the damage that's happening, but we have been able to see some of the planes, as you guys have been seeing from the helicopter up in the air, dousing the fire with water. On the 8 freeway headed out east, definitely you're seeing a backup of cars as CAL FIRE and Highway Patrol decide whether or not they're going to try and shut down the freeway because of that concern that the fire, as they mentioned initially, may jump the freeway. Don't know that for sure right now, but that's something that they were concerned about. But
or jump the freeway. Yeah, look at it.
Definitely back.
Couple of houses. You can see here on the video, a couple of houses burnt down completely. That's incredible. I mean, like burned to a crisp, leveled, flat. Wow.
So as soon as we get there, I'll check in with you guys and let you know what I see from the ground.
Okay, we appreciate you checking in and letting us know about at least the traffic. We'll let you go and then hopefully hear from you soon, Omari. Thanks so much.
To recap really quickly for everyone who's just tuning in here at the top of the hour, this is a fire burning in Lakeside at a Highway 8 business, Interstate 8 business route and Los Coches Road. About 10 acres burned. We do know several structures have burned to the ground, and sadly there has been at least one civilian injury. We are following this for you from up overhead and also
at least nobody deceased.
Crews. Mark Mullen has been standing by with a map which has given us some better orientation of where we're looking at as we see here another structure burning, Mark.
Yeah, especially now that we have some addresses, right? Because what happens is a lot of times these mobile home communities don't have specific addresses as traditional neighborhoods do, so homes. They are dispatching firefighters as close as possible. However, we have one. This one is 13423 Los Coches Road, so this is exactly where it is right here. So that's where they at least dispatched some of the crews, and from there, then they can start looking off to some of the green areas where we see from those helicopter shots that we were watching just a moment ago, exactly where to concentrate their firefighting efforts. But once again, especially based on what Omari was saying, give you a good idea, this is where we're talking about, right? This is where the crews were dispatched to. This is how close the 8 freeway is. We've also seen some different spot fires along the way as well. So that's why everybody is throwing so many resources at this, and why, although we are seeing some good progress made, there's such a huge concentration of homes that live right here. You have commute traffic getting underway right now at 410. So it's a reason why they're not messing around and putting so many resources on this.
All right, Mark, thank you. We'll check back with you as well. Just to clarify here, there are 6 evacuation warnings. There is one order in place. Certainly, if you feel at all threatened, the best thing to do is get to a safe space and evacuate.
We are going to keep monitoring this. Take a quick break. We are back with more coverage in just a moment.
Stay connected with your community with NBC7 San Diego.
San Diego.
Reconnoitered the area. The air attack's talking to you about it. You have a general visualization of it, so you have an idea of where the wires are at. You're looking for those. You're looking for the terrain and all those things. So even though you're kind of blind for a few seconds, possibly, while you're flying through the smoke, like I said, those guys are exceptionally good pilots, and they don't do anything that's reckless. They're very careful about it, and one of the things they're pretty good at is knowing the terrain. That's why you'll see them up practicing a lot, where they're flying around and just checking the terrain out, because they need to know all the different areas of San Diego County. So they have a general basis for what they're doing, and they know topography pretty well, wind conditions and the weather. All those things do affect the aircraft.
An incredibly dangerous job. We're looking at power poles right there, and there's a lot they have to watch out for.
Yeah, exactly. The job of firefighting, anywhere you do it, whether it's wildland, structural, or aerial, there's inherent dangers in each one of those, and that's one of the things about those jobs. They are very dangerous jobs, but they try to mitigate the danger, so they do the best they can in trying to be aware of all the possibilities that are there for them. So it's quite an orchestrated event that takes place, and the incident commander has his hands full on something like that, because he's thinking through all those things, and he's making sure that his crews are well aware of everything that's going on.
And this is such a dense area, Bob. We're speaking with Bob Lyon, retired fire captain. There's 118 sites in this mobile home park. It's dense in terms of just one house close to each other. They are 55 and up. We see a lot of the fire crews just trying to get a handle on the flames, but how are they also navigating and working with the other agencies in terms of trying to make sure people are out of these houses and that they try to mitigate injuries?
Well, that's one of the really good things about Southern California. We've been doing this for a long time. We've learned a lot over the years, and the interagency coordination is probably as good as you'll ever find any place in the whole world. The police agencies, the sheriff's department, the police departments, the fire agencies, utilities, they're all well-versed at working with each other, and every year they get together, they have a big drill where the interagency cooperation is put to a test, the communication systems. So they're pretty used to working with each other, and they've got a good grasp of it. So we've been burned in the past, not to make a pun, but in the past, when we didn't have good communications, those things have been ironed out. And so we have a great system in place now. And so you'll see, like, they know how to coordinate that. The police agencies are well aware what the fire department is doing. The fire department knows what they're doing. And they're going to try to evacuate people. And as the captain from Lakeside stated, one thing
propane, yeah,
is try to make sure people don't try.
I wonder if that's where some of the explosions came from. The news broadcast said that there were some explosions. Damn it, Janet in the chat said mobile park equals propane. Yeah, maybe that could be some of what was going off and exploding.
As we speak to retired Fire Captain Bob Lyon, in these shots from Sky 10, as we look live, the urban wildlife interface is very apparent. You see the dense canyon, you see the trees, and you see how close they are to structures and in many cases the mobile homes in this area. The canyons haven't burned here in a long time. How do the fire crews look at these canyons, and should we be looking at trying to do some controlled burns? How do we view these canyons that end up being a pretty hard firefight when they catch fire close to the homes?
Well, that's a very difficult subject, because what you run into is they do controlled burns where they can and when they can to try to keep those areas. But a lot of those areas, the brush has grown for years and can be 20, 30, 40 feet tall in some places. And it is very, very flammable when it gets this dry out. When your humidity levels drop, the brush dries out, becomes really rapid. The other problem is you have air pollution control issues. When you have controlled burns, they have to deal with different agencies when it comes to that as far as the wildlife goes and protecting the environment. So it's not as easy as you'd like to just be able to go out and burn areas when the season's right. They have to plan it out well in advance, and I don't know all the agencies they have to contact, but I'm sure there's quite a list of government agencies you have to go through in order to clear brush out like that.
Is much of that happening in San Diego County or not because of everything you're talking about?
You'll see every year they have CAL FIRE. They usually do a couple of controlled burns every year. At least they try to get those done. So it's in the works, and it's not something that they're just ignoring. They try to do it wherever they can, wherever they think they'll get the best advantage as far as making a fire break and getting rid of some of that really old brush. But the thing is, people live in Southern California. They love living here, and we all like to see the nice green canyons. So, you have a lot of people that aren't necessarily in favor of you burning that all out either. So we kind of have to weigh it out with the comfort level of what people are accepting of.
And as we look at it, it brings up the subject of each individual house in defensible space. And when we see these pictures like today, it's apparent how important that is.
Yeah, exactly. And every year they stress that to have to have defensible space around your house, to go around your house. And, again, it falls down to that same thing. Is everybody wants to have a defensible space, but people still like to have their nice big trees and the brush and different things around their house because of the beauty that it enhances their property with, and they like to look at that. So the areas that you can get them to put the stuff back, that's great if they can get that defensible space. But some of the other things that are important is that not having a lot of combustible things around your house, not having the plastic chairs all sitting around, having trash bags full of old plastic bottles you're going to take to the recycler because that stuff burns amazingly well. So, there's things you can do to try to clean up around your house and keep some of those things away. And dead brush is the worst thing. So if you have trees that are dead, brush that's very dried out and dead, those are the things you want to try.
Man, I'm kind of paranoid about having propane tanks, because I always just think that things are going to blow up. I feel like you have a bomb in your house right outside of your house. And the way it gets so hot over here, it's so blazing hot, I guess there's proper storage, you put it in, I don't know, a shed or something. I mean, I see people, there's one of my neighbors I see, they just have it right outside, right next to their house. I don't know, man, that shit, boom. I could just see it blowing up. I see all these stories of explosions.
This firefight right now in this area as you look at this.
Well, like they said, I think they've made really good progress on it.
How you guys doing, man?
Handle on it, but
I feel like I haven't really been here. It's been quiet, right? It's like too quiet. Keep it under your bed. I guess that's a good thing, right? When it's kind of quiet, it's been somewhat quiet the last couple of days. And I've been kind of just trying to take advantage of that, but.
And people have lots of things on their property that you're unaware of. People have ammunition. They have propane tanks. They can have gas cans laying around, all kinds of different things that you're unaware of. So the firefighters are probably being very cautious about that house, or if it is a house, trying to get to it. They're being pretty careful about it, but it looks like they've got a pretty good handle on it. And that's why they're having those helicopters make those drops on there, is because it's safer for those guys to come in and make those drops from above than get the firefighters too close to it until they're pretty sure that there's nothing else going to explode in there or cause them real danger.
Good point.
Somebody in the chat saying, Sprite saying, I live down the road in the yellow evacuation area. I think I'll be fine. I live here. Do you think I should evacuate? I think you should take every precaution, or at least keep a really good look on your surrounding area outside. Oh, yeah, good idea. Watch duty. Yeah, I forgot about that, Meryl.
In an area where there is a fire and a home engulfed in flames in this area, is you can be a fourth of a mile away and be affected in seconds.
Folks.
Yeah, exactly. And we all live in Southern California, and we've all lived through Santa Ana's, and we've had lots of fires. One of the things people can do to help is, every fire starts with just a little ember. So if you're in an area and there's a fire, it can be a quarter mile away, a half mile away, and the smoke is blowing towards your property, that's a good opportunity for you to, again, take a look around and make sure that you don't see something around your property. A little embers start landing. That's true
for
you, and you could call the fire department and try to get them over there to whatever area you're in. Say you see spot fires, you can be the eyes and ears for the fire department and help them out by telling them, hey, I think we've got a spot fire over by our house. And if you got a garden hose, you can put it out, do a lot of positive stuff that way. If you have a lot of stuff laying around your house, put it inside your garage. Get it away from the outside of your house where it can catch fire easily.
So you're telling people they can get a garden ooze. Drill down a little bit what we can do, can't do, what we should do, and when we need to stop doing it and get out.
Well, that is a very good question, because that's a difficult thing. We try not to have people try to do too much themselves, because they can put themselves in danger. If the fire department or the police department is given an evacuation order, then you do need to just evacuate at that time. But if you're in an area where you're still a half a mile away from the fire and you see those spots and you've got a garden hose and you haven't left yet, they haven't ordered you out, and you're comfortable with it, then you could go ahead and attempt to do that. But we try not to get people to do too much of that, because that can lead to a lot of dangerous situations. We don't know what everybody's mobility is. We don't know what the roads are going to be like for evacuating. But the biggest...
Yeah, that's a good point. Lisa said get everything loaded in the car, and hopefully you just... you just have to download it later. But if you're ready to go, it's hard to remember the sport. Yeah, it's good to have a go bag, I guess, in case, or start packing some stuff now. So the person in the chat said they're in the yellow area. I don't know. Oh, let me make it bigger for you guys. Let me just do this real quick. It's in the yellow area. Lakeview. Coach's Fire. Got a couple of choppers out here. It says, according to this, it's 53 acres, so it's spreading. It seems like they're doing a good job, though, of trying to control it, but the thing is, there's all these houses. was this intentional? A lot of these fires, well, I don't know if a lot of them, but quite a few of them seem like they're intentionally started. Some of them. This is in a residential area.
Look live in Sky 10, and you see the helos coming over right
Helos,
now. Another
whoop.
drop as those ground crews have the sprays on a house that they've been fighting now for well over an hour. This is in Lakeside, the Los Coches fire. It's at the Monterey Mobile Home Park. 118 sites of 55 and up area. We do
55
know
and
there
up.
are injuries,
Oh.
but we don't know the severity of those injuries. And this is all in an urban wildlife interface neighborhood. A lot of brush, a canyon behind those homes, a lot of green, dry brush. We are getting a report right now that the forward progress has been stopped, and a lot of it is because they've been able to get this one home under somewhat of a control from what it was 10 minutes ago. It has been stopped at a revised size of 5.3 acres. The incident command giving us that update just a couple of minutes ago. They're calling the fire 5% contained now. And the two previously requested hand crews have been canceled. But as we talk with Bob Lyon again, and we've all been looking at live pictures of Sky 10, they might not need these 2 additional hand crews, but there are a lot of crews on the ground. When you assess, Bob, and you see all those crews just around this one house, what are your thoughts on that?
They put the initial call in, the firefighter, the first thing unit that gets there, they're going to size up the fire. And he obviously did a good job and realized that the fire was going to expand to more than he could handle with one unit. So he put in a request for additional units. And then when the incident commander gets there, he evaluates everything and he put in a request for more. And again, they're aware of the weather conditions. So what they're going to want to do is those crews you see on the ground, they're working. They're going to want to try to get people in there to relieve those guys, because after a while, you know, the heat exhaustion and heat stroke can start affecting the firefighters because they're wearing an awful lot of gear. They're working really hard. So they're going to be aware of that, but they're going to keep bringing people in there because we bring in as many people as we think we're going to need to handle the situation for the entire length of that incident. And the last thing you want to do is turn people away and have the thing blow up on you. So you'll see sometimes you might see a lot of fire units sitting, and they're in what they call staging area, and they're just waiting to be called up to the fire if they're needed, and if not, then eventually they'll be released to go home. But they try to get as many units as they can there to handle what they think that fire could progress to. And if they've got it 5% contained, that's a good sign that they at least have some portion of it contained, and they're feeling like they're starting to get a handle on it. But they'll keep those units there so they're absolutely convinced that it's not going to get worse than it is.
And we see them to the right of our screen right now, an entire line of those firefighters that we're talking about. This is all north of Interstate 8. It's at East Los Coches, Highway Business 8. It has spread. It was spreading east, multiple structures, 4 initially. Then there were spot fires. Spot fires were burning east. A couple of more structures were lost. All of that per the Lakeside Fire Protection District. And Bob Lyon, as these crews all responded about 3 o'clock, and you talk about the heat they're under in this area, about how long will one fire crew stay in this kind of heat and in this kind of a battle before they do get relieved?
Well, most firefighters, they'll stay till they're just about ready to drop. So that's something the incident commanders kind of keep track of, and they want to try to relieve them because they don't ever want to give up until they put it out. And then each individual firefighter is going to be a little bit differently. Some people can work out there for a lot longer than others.
So they said they stopped forward progress, which is great. That means that the flames are no longer spreading or advancing. I think that's what they just said in the broadcast, so that's good, at least, to control it. But they said 5% contained, too, though. I don't figure out what that means. I mean, I guess it's just not spreading. Oh, thank you, Jess. Appreciate it. Thank you. I'm hoping to be more active. I was kind of taking, well, I should be careful before I speak because anything could happen.
A little bit differently. Some people can work out there for a lot longer than others.
Oh, yeah, something happened with them. Did we lose them? Let's try KCRA. Okay, KCRA is there, just no audio. Oh, they got off. Okay. Damn, look at this house obliterated, man. How? The neighbor looks fine. The two neighbors look okay. That's gotta suck. Imagine you coming back to this shit. Your neighbors' houses are fine, and you're the only one. I'd be pissed. Some big looking homes. Is that homes or like ranches or what's that? I guess they're homes. Somehow, some way, only that middle house was burnt to a crisp in that area. Yeah, I can't imagine what it's like losing a home, having all your stuff. Even if you have insurance, just the whole process and whatever memorable stuff, valuables, non-replaceables, Oh, this house is partially burnt too, though. Smoking still too. Looks like it's smoking hot. Let me see if there's any other live feeds. They might have got off. Oh, there was a car crash. News 6 meteorologist blocked from posting hurricane updates on Instagram. Damn, what happened?
I'm News 6 anchor Matt Austin. Thousands of Instagram and Facebook accounts are being shut down without notice, without explanation, and without a human to talk to. And now it's happening to one of our own.
When it comes to major hurricanes, they're forecasting between 3 to 5.
News 6 chief meteorologist Candace Campos tried to post this reel to her WKMG Instagram account. It didn't work. Instead, she got this message.
We've frozen your ability to post because you do not follow the community standards of Instagram.
Your Instagram is a way you get information out to people.
Exactly. I mean, and that's the point of my job, right?
It's kind of surprising because it's just like TikTok. I don't understand. They have all that adult, sexualized content on there, and it's approved and monetized and everything. And then you just go to post a picture. I guess in this case, some news, some updates, maybe critical information to help people's lives. Or maybe you're posting a family picture or friend or video or something, and you're restricted and you put in Instagram, Facebook jail. But they don't target all those pedos and all that stuff running rampant on those platforms. Okay. Stop my little mini rant. Lakeside fire. Okay, that's the only one left. KCR's the last one left. Okay. It's really sad for those people that lost their homes. San Diego County. Where's Wendy? Is Wendy in here? I saw her on TikTok earlier. She's in. I think she's in San Diego. She's over there. Your first job was in that area? Yeah, that's the thing too. With the 55 plus community, there might be people on supplemental home oxygen. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a danger about that thing. If you have some people there that are, could be vulnerable. Damn. There was an earthquake too now. In Vanuatu. Where's that at? Coral Sea, Brisbane. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry, Thompson. I don't know if you're still there. Let me check the scanner. Let's see if they have anything going on there. Yeah, we'll check it out for a little bit. There's not a lot of people listening to it, but we'll peep in and see if there's anything interesting. Nothing in the scanner. Let me check the Watch Duty app. Refresh.
Help.
You say help? Sikorsky. Yeah, we got 2 choppers kind of circling around, I guess. Oh, okay. This is considered a coach's fire. Or Cochise Fire, San Diego County. So 5.3 acres. I thought it was 10, and then I even thought it was 50, but 5.3 acres. Forward progress stopped. Firefighters have successfully stopped the spread of a fire in a particular direction. So hopefully that stays that way, but there is an evacuation order, level 3, it says here. Forward progress has been stopped at a revised size of 5.3 acres per incident command. The fire is now 5% contained. They have shelter information listed there. Are they leaving too? Oh, man. There was a motorcycle accident on the highway. Wait, what? Let's check this out. This is Cali, too, while we wait. Is this the one?
On the southbound 405 freeway, just before a screwball. I'm going to zoom in and try to avoid anything that's gory down there on the street, or on the freeway, I should say. You can see some damage done to that tow truck there. We believe the tow truck struck a vehicle on the side of the road, and I'm going to come over to that vehicle here.
Oh, this is something else.
Outside, out of gas. You can see the gas can out behind the vehicle.
Oh, man.
And a lot of damage done to the vehicle. Now, this all happened around 2 o'clock. That's when the California Highway Patrol responded to a person down on the freeway in the slow lane. When they arrived, they did find that person and pronounce that person dead at the scene. They do have the carpool lane open right now, but they did shut down the entire side of the southbound 405 freeway for a time.
There was a motorcycle accident, too, that I saw in Cali. There was a live feed earlier. Damn. Oh, it's still live, too. I'm not sure why they're still out there. It's been like for a while, I think. 53 minutes. That was the motorcycle in San Mateo, Highway 280. Oh, you did? Where'd you send it, Matthews? I sent you some pics. Open up. Is it maybe email? I wonder if it's a San Francisco helicopter could head over. Not too far. Oh, Channel 8 San Diego Live? Okay. Let's see.
At West Automotive Group, we built trust for over 30 years.
How it happened because
there we
it
go.
was spotting. You know, it
Thank
was
you,
some
Layla.
members
Thank you.
moving up just a little ways, dropping down and starting a new spot fire out away from the main fire front, because the buildings that have burned and have been destroyed aren't beside each other.
No. The one other possible explanation, unfortunately, we have seen in the past, is that if this fire was set intentionally, I want to be clear, we have no word of a cause.
That house is weird.
But we've seen in the past where there have been multiple fires in defined areas, and they've been started by firebugs trying to start a much bigger fire. We don't know if that's the case, but we are looking at something that's a little different and trying to understand it.
Yeah, we saw that in Ramona actually earlier this year when we were dealing with some of these fire weather concerns and dry vegetation, Santa Ana winds that we're picking up. So yeah, that is also possible as well, Carlo.
I don't think we've looked at that structure closely before. That's a third. Have we seen that?
We've seen this one.
That
we've seen it from the other side around. Yep. This is the one that just totally is gone.
Yeah, that's
and
weird.
somehow they kept it from burning these other.
Yeah, the other houses.
This is a different angle from.
Yeah, just a different angle.
Okay, this is from the back side of it.
Okay, so now we've got our crew. It's been difficult to get in. They've been closed roads.
Did you want the proposed landing zone at the site?
Heading out to East County.
Yes.
At that address. Alex Cheney is on the scene, we're told. He's at Monterey Mobile Lodge. Alex, what are you seeing out there right now?
Hey.
Alex, you're on.
Hey there, we just got on scene. Hello, we just got on scene a few minutes ago. There's a lot of traffic on the way getting over here. But as you can see, they've been making some helicopter drops specifically on this area a few times in the last few minutes. This is a full firefight, everybody. Let me tell you that. I am seeing several fire trucks. I mean, this is a very large response by CAL FIRE right now. I think most of the action right now is kind of contained in that flat area over to the left that we just showed you. Yeah, Jordan's showing you again. Already just been there. You can see a few trucks that more than likely burned, and maybe a little bit of some farm equipment as well on the inside of that. But this is a really massive response. Lots of hoses going out. Also, we're seeing some of the people that live here. They're going out. They're checking on people's houses right now, and we are going to be headed back towards here. See if we can get over this, Jordan.
That guys.
All right, sorry. Yeah, as you can see, this, oh my god, the fire ripped down this whole valley, it looks like, all the way up from the top of the ridge on the right there, maybe going down, I'd call that about 100 feet. This is pretty impressive, guys. Also, there's some equipment down to the, you see that over there? Down to the left, looks like that could be the back of a, are you stable? Sorry guys, we're just trying to get our way around.
Be safe.
Yeah, there we go. That is a burned mobile home or something right there. I mean, that is a lot of steel that's been burned just on the other side of this. We got some firemen right there, and we got some hoses over to our right as well. But I'm looking at an entire valley right here that has just been scorched more than likely in the last hour or so. We were at City Council earlier today. We saw the smoke plume already in the air. I'm sure millions across San Diego saw it today, and more than likely this is the origin of it. You can see, I mean, several hundred feet looks like has been burned in this fire. They're trying to mopping up some hot spots right now. It looks like I'm still seeing some active flame, more than smoke, and just some really hot spots right now. But this is what it's looking like right now. Haven't had the chance to talk to anybody just yet, but yeah, these neighbors, they're going around to the houses. Hey, is number 20 okay? We got people checking on each other right now, as you so often see in these really scary situations. Guys?
Where you're standing, so I can see Jordan is zoomed in on another mobile home. Where you are, Alex, that house right there to your left, is it burned? Are any these other homes along just this line, do you see that they have burned from where you are?
All right, I'm gonna hop down.
We know that down there in the valley that there was some building. We don't know if that was a business, somebody's home, but it's burned.
Oh, my bad. You got it. You're good. Yes. Well, it looks like this is the back of one right here, and then oh my dude. Yeah, I see some active flames on top of the top there. Sorry, no, we're good. Sorry. Yeah. Some more active water coming down. And this is just ripped all through the valley. Then if you go, Jordan, a little to the left, you see we got a fire truck right there, and I think that's 2 cars that have been burned down in that area. Oh, look up.
Dropping.
Okay, so that's
yeah, they're still dropping
burning.
A lot of water. Yeah, up there on the ridge over there.
Yeah, Alex, we've been watching that building
there,
that it just dropped water on. Look, these guys, not firefighters, right? So maybe they work in this area.
I don't think so.
We've seen an explosion. A fireball went up into the air up near where you're standing up on that hill. So maybe something from one of those vehicles. We were wondering because we had seen vehicles on the ground through the fire. But so what's Jordan looking at? What's that? Is that another home that's burned?
This is the back of a mobile home park. I believe they're doing surround and drown right now. I think on the other side you can't even.
Okay,
this is a mobile home.
This looks
like a 2 wide.
Yeah.
I remember seeing this from the helicopter.
That's what we're watching.
Right?
It burned through the roof.
Yeah.
That valley area, as you're referring to it, that green space, looks to be like it's one large property. There's a spur off of Business Highway 8, just a little bit east of where you're at, and it kind of winds around. And that's where that structure, that big structure that was burning for so long, was sitting. It doesn't even have a street name. It's an access road of some kind
Fandango County.
Business 8, Highway 8 Regional. So it's a little bit different. It looks like the kind of thing where people moved out there years ago before the neighborhoods came, like they've been out there for a while. And that's where we saw the fire burning most strongly for the last half hour or so, with that one structure in the middle of it with a lot of things around it, vehicles, other kind of vehicles, debris, sheds. Not sure exactly what was going on there. But it doesn't even have, I can't even give you a street address for it because that street's not on the map. It just spurs right off of Business 8.
Where are you seeing the fire still? Are you still seeing like active fire from that house to your left, Alex, or up over that hill where we've been watching a building burn for over an hour?
No, it's still, I mean, yeah, absolutely. It's still burning to the left. It's burning to the right up the ridge. Firefighters just continues. And I think and then to even go on the other side of those two trucks I was talking about, looks like it's even burned as well. We got some firemen over there. So, I mean, this is several hundred feet of an area that has burned this afternoon into the evening hours.
Be intense.
All right, I'm just going to ask our producer, do we have Chopper still up so we can kind of orient people? Maybe give Alex a moment to reset and orient himself.
Yeah,
thank you, Alex. We're going to let you step aside for a second so we can do that. There we have Chopper 8. You can see white smoke. That's a good sign. No flames in the video right now that we're looking at. We're not seeing any flames right now. I'm not sure the angle Alex is at, and maybe it had been a hot spot that flared up that they were attacking, but no major flames. And again, firefighters have said they've stopped the forward rate of progress on this fire, fortunately.
Good. Yeah, I think he was looking at this house to the left. Those firefighters are still shooting their hose into that house. We saw it from the air. Looking down on it, it had melted in the back, so they're trying to make sure that's not going to blow back up, of course. And we have our Richard Allen has made his way and is now on, has got his feet up. Okay,
I understand you're at the Monterey Mobile Lodge area,
Anna.
Richard, is that right?
That's right, Carlo and Anna. We are here at the Monterey Mobile Home Park right off of Los Coches Road. You can see firefighters are sadly working to put out any potential hotspot on this mobile home, modular home that sadly was a complete casualty of this fire this afternoon. That fire, which thankfully looks like it's on its way out. The forward rate of spread has been stopped, but sadly not in time to save this home here in the Monterey Mobile Home Park. You see firefighters, CAL FIRE here, Santee is here. Now luckily I had a chance to briefly talk with the Santee fire chief as he was on his way out. He told me as far as he knew there were no injuries related to this fire here. Thankfully everyone, we understand, got out safely, but still a lot of damage here. And thankfully the homes on the other side of this home which went up, thankfully were safe. There's no damage to either of these other homes, but you can see this home was completely destroyed here in the Monterey Mobile Home Park. So that's very sad news for the folks who live here, but thankfully all the other homes in this area right here looks like they've not been touched by this fire. Again, we understand from our latest news from the Incident Command Post that this is only about 5 acres. Originally we were told it was 10 acres. Now we're told it's about 5.3 acres in size. We understand the forward rate of spread has been stopped, but sadly it was not in time to save this mobile home here in right off of Los Coches
Julie,
Road.
thank you for the 30 months.
Richard, you're out in the neighborhood.
We have
you're
to
in
catch
there. It's
up.
under mandatory evacuation orders. Did anybody stay behind? Are you seeing any residents out on the street there? It looked pretty empty.
This area definitely is empty. Folks are not out here. There's yellow tape everywhere, but walking up here is a good quarter mile or more hike just to get here from the yellow tape. We had to park our car and walk up here to get to this location to share it with you guys. But definitely neighbors are out. Some neighbors not obeying the mandatory evacuation order. Of course, those evacuation orders are put out for a reason. It is for your safety to evacuate immediately. That's why they have set up the evacuation site at Viejas in the parking lot. A lot of folks, though, just walking up are lingering behind to watch to see what's going on. Everyone's advice and follow those evacuation orders. Thankfully, though, the latest news we have is the forward rate of spread has stopped. It's at about 5.3 acres right now. It looks like firefighters have gotten or are getting a handle on this fire, but again, not in time, sadly, for the folks who live in this home here.
Richard, we're trying to get an idea of how this worked exactly, this fire. So I don't know if you were able to ask that Santee fire chief, like, why this one house has burned by itself, and then a good ways away, a big drop over is where the fire was burning in the vegetation. What happened?
Wow. And that's right. And right now, as we're seeing live, we can see another airdrop going on. So these water drops are still going on as we speak. Firefighters are still working to make sure the fire is out and working on any hotspots. But Anna, yes, to your question, that is the $1 million question. I don't know if there was a spark that came.
Is there a body in there?
This house on fire in particular, or what happened? But for whatever reason, this one house went up in flames. The other homes surrounding it, there's one right next door on either side, and thankfully the homes on either side have been spared. This one, though, a total loss. You can see the charred remains behind right now, and of course a lot of questions remain as to what exactly led to this fire, what it sparked, if this fire sparked other fires, or if this was a casualty of Los Coches fire to begin with. A lot of those questions still remain to be answered. Carlo and Anna?
All right, we're going to let you work on that aspect, Richard, and try to find out more so we can understand how this fire started and spread. We appreciate your time. We're going to check back in a little bit.
And now we're going to go back to Alex Cheney. He and Jordan Ray, our photographer, they have set up again. They're also in the same mobile home park, but they're in a different, they're around the corner.
They're more towards the grass area that's between the mobile home park and the development behind it. Where are you exactly, Alex?
Well, we're still behind that grassy area. We have now gone to the other side of the house that I showed you earlier. And as you can see, this is a complete loss. That ringing sound that you're hearing is the fire alarm going off. As you can see, completely stretched out back of the home. The smell of smoke just hangs heavy in the air right now. You can see all the electronics have been burnt through. What looks like a nice dining room table, gone. All because this fire ripped through the center of the house, went through the ceiling, and then dropped on down. The brick parts of this house are okay, but it looks like anything made out of wood is going to be a loss. We're going to make sure we don't get in the firefighters' way. But right now, we're still seeing the same helicopter drops. They've been making drops in the same area for the last 20 minutes or so, passing over. We've been seeing lots of those. This area, this is kind of scary. It's just on the corner here, and then the two houses then up the street. But the other side of this is completely okay, as you got lots of hoses running through the street, guys. It's kind of a scary scene out here at the moment.
Alex, okay, so we see this one. We saw this from the air, looked like it was melted from the top. Have you seen any other homes like this, or is this an isolated one right here?
At least for what I have seen so far, yes. This is the worst one so far. I'm not sure where Richard is, but I'm sure he's found what he has. But this is what I have found so far, and this is, I mean, this is pretty much as bad as it gets. My heart goes out to these owners here, because this is really not great. Hold on, sorry.
Alex,
yeah, they're surrounding drown. They're putting more water in on the back. Sorry.
Alex, no, I just want to ask you. We've heard from Richard. He got word from a Santee fire chief, I believe, that there were no injuries. Are you hearing basically the same, or have you even had a chance to find out any information like that?
No, but I have not seen any ambulances, so I will say that for the few minutes that we've been here. So that is good news.
That's a good sign.
Nobody running around too frantic at the moment. That is a good sign. So that's a good thing. Glad Richard found that out. But we're just watching this firefight right here. Obviously, if this was a house you saw from the air, I mean, this must have just been an inferno just about an hour before we got here. So this is just terrible.
Wait. Okay, this is the one, I'm trying to figure out, this is the one we saw melted. This is not the one we've been watching burn for so long. This is a different
We're still trying to piece together where these all are exact house numbers. Is there any chance you could give us a house number, like is there a mailbox out front? Just trying to give people a little more information about what exactly has gone down out there.
Wow, this really burned.
Yeah, one moment. Oh, what's that? 29.
29.
Just 29 is what it's called?
Probably lot 29. Look at that. No, this is destroyed. This is not just damaged. This is destroyed.
Yeah. So that's at least by our count, it looks like 3 structures that were completely destroyed.
Yes.
A couple of others that had severe damage.
Yes.
Likely not able to be recovered. But that is just sad to look at. That's somebody's life.
Nice home.
Yeah.
All their memories right there.
All right, Alex, you be careful out there. It looks like they're still putting a lot of water on it, and there's some hot spots going.
Okay, if you're just joining us, yeah, go ahead, Alex, go.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You go ahead.
All right, we're gonna step aside from you, Alex. Again, this is a view from above. That's the Monterey Mobile Lodge is the official name. It's a mobile home park. You see the road, the road that's going through the screen top left, that's Business Highway 8. This is just east of Las Cochas Road East. It's just off of that. And again, that's in the middle between the development where that smoke is rising. That looks like it's one big lot. Not so sure right now, but there are developments around it, and that's this one patch that has an access road off of Business Highway 8 that I was able to see. There are a few structures on it. At least one of those structures you see in the middle has burned and was burning fierce for a long time. We are still gathering more information. We have 2 crews on the ground right now, more on the way. Our newsroom is working on this for you to get as much information as possible. The good news is that we're being told by firefighters that the forward rate of spread, so the fire's not growing anymore, the forward rate of spread has been stopped.
And from the shot with Jordan Ray and Alex Cheney, there were 2 guys standing with all those vehicles that had burned in the middle of that charred earth right there in the middle of your screen. They were not in fire gear, so they had seen something. They were telling each other a story. I don't know if they worked around that area where those vehicles were.
That property has multiple structures. It looks like there could be 3 to 4 distinct homes on it.
Oh, wow.
It's hard to figure what exactly is going on there. But as we look from Chopper 8, the scene is much calmer, much more encouraging than what it was, especially an hour and a half ago when flames were raging through this area. The Cochas fire burning in Lakeside. Again, raw numbers, a little more than 5 acres burned. We know at least 2-3 structures have burned to the ground.
We've seen it with our own eyes. Alex Cheney at one that's destroyed. Richard Allen standing beside one that burned totally to the ground. Their vehicles totally burned. He is right now speaking with a homeowner in that area. He's talking to them. We're gonna speak to him again coming up at the top of the 5 o'clock newscast.
We have CBS 8 News Live at 5 is next. And again, the other good news in this fire, besides the fact the forward rate of spread has stopped, Santee Fire Chief told us no injuries reported.
Okay. So full progress stopped. I guess it seems like they have at least control of the spreading. Let's see. They're saying now that story that we covered earlier today, Irana. They're saying that there's the audio says, let me see. They're now saying that it says, "I got that white girl." Let me see. I hear this one. We'll start this shit. Want to load? snap. He does it. Wow. Yeah, she had the BLM thing in her house too. I covered that on the It Could Mel Clips channel. Crazy. Chopper feed, I guess, no audio. Smoking, white smoke. I say that's a good sign. Oh, they left? Maybe that's it. Let me see. They cut it? Let me refresh it. Yet. All right. Well, I guess I'll keep an eye on it. You know, if we got to do a little update later on the Clips channel. Was there some stuff? I thought I had some stuff. Let's see. Capital murder. There he is. Some type of capital murder in Texas. He literally wore a shirt that says God's plan. God's plan. I guess on purpose. Count my blessings. God got me. No worries. I don't know the story though. I just saw this earlier.
Joshua, do you have anything to say? Edgar and Emiliano were 14 and 15 years old. What would you like to say to their family?
14, 15 years old.
Edgar and Emiliano were 14 and 15 years old. What would you like to say to their family? Did you know the boys?
What do you have to say, Joshua?
So he was arrested. Okay, man arrested more than 3 years after alleged murder of 2 teens in San Antonio. Holy crap. 3 years later, Joshua Reyes has been charged with capital murder for allegedly shooting and killing 2 teens in July 2022. Allegedly shooting 2 teens aged 14 and 15. At the time, the 2 victims were identified as cousins. According to police, Reyes had messaged both victims on social media, resulting in them meeting up at the 1700 block of Shealy Avenue. Police say the 3 ended up in a vehicle. One of the victims was in the front seat, the other in the back. Somehow, Reyes shot both teens in the vehicle. One died at the scene, the other one at the hospital. Police say detectives were able to locate Reyes by going back and looking through the social media messages and matching Reyes to the location. There was also evidence in THC vapes on the scene. But the victims and suspects was allegedly exchanging. This guy shot him over vapes? The vapes were taken into a laboratory and DNA test results found matching Reyes. Wow.
What happened that night?
Anything? Are you innocent?
Whoa, really? ABC 7 Chopper?
Are you innocent? Anything for your mom, your family?
Nothing to say. Let's call it years later.
Now, the Supreme Court has granted.
ABC 7 Chopper. Where's that at? Let's check this out. Body found in a Tesla.
We have breaking news, a gruesome discovery in Hollywood. Chris Christie is live in Air 7 over at Chris.
That's right, Giovanna. We're up over the Hollywood Tow. It's an official impound lot by the LAPD here. There's a death investigation on the upper level parking lot. You see the yellow tape around there. They responded a couple of hours ago, actually about 12:20, after reports of an odor coming from that Tesla right there. Apparently, human remains have been discovered in the frunk of that Tesla, and now, as you mentioned, a death investigation is underway. Reporting live from Air 7, I'm Chris Christie, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
The viral caught on camera confrontation at a Phillies game that has everybody talking. A woman berating a father after he gave his son a ball that landed in the stands. Well, now that father and son are telling all. ABC's Janae Norman has that story.
The woman splashed out on the left and put the fightins in fighting.
It's the grab now seen around
This was viral.
the globe. Phillies fans scrambling after Harrison Bader sent a home run ball flying into the stands during Friday's game against the Marlins. One man emerging victorious, gifting the ball to his son who was celebrating a birthday. But watch as a woman storms over to them.
And she grabs him too, touches him and everything. Let me touch me.
Because she was really close. She had many inappropriate words to say around my kids. And all I could think was, make her go away.
Shut up.
Pops does the right move. He says, I got time for this. I'm trying to have a nice night with my family. Yeah, I'm good. Gives the woman the ball.
As for that young Phillies fan, both teams chipping in to create a happy ending.
Get out of here, you pest, you peasant.
A good deed does go noticed.
The Marlins gifting him a bag full of goodies, and after the game,
as we speak.
Nice
so very unfortunate. I guess the good news is, though, that the homes on either side were untouched, which is it's kind of the unfortunate luck of the draw. This home.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what the chances are of that. Yeah, they ended up, I think he gave him a signed baseball bat.
Harrison Bader himself sending Lincoln home with a signed baseball bat.
It was really, really exciting. I would have still liked that home run ball to put in my room, but everything else.
And that lady too. I don't know who has that in him to go like Ryan. So it landed in the stand. She was too late.
And one man emerged run ball flying into the stands during Friday's game against the Marlins. And one man emerged.
Why did they cut it there though? I wanted to see the exact thing. He ran up
against the Marlins. And one man emerging victorious, gifting the ball to his son who was celebrating a birthday. But watch as a woman.
There says she had like a history too. I think she did something somewhere else. Yeah, I heard about the Chicago thing. The 90 automobiles. Crazy, yeah. Yeah, well, some people were kind of talking about how he handled it. He shouldn't have given it to her, you know. Should have just said F her, screw her. Like, what is she going to do, right? But at the end of the day, I guess it worked out for the kid. He said he still wanted the baseball, though, even though he got the bat. Let me just check real quick with this fire. See if they're saying anything else.
In Lakeside, you're looking at an...
No, yeah, they got off. Okay. They've said multiple homes destroyed. Crazy. Yeah, that guy said I got that white girl. That's crazy, man. All right, guys. I guess I'm gonna head out for now. Gonna eat a little dinner, but I will be around if anything pops off. I will be around. Oh man, they're tagging me already. Police chase ended at a park. Shots were fired. Britney Spears. I was starting to watch a video from cinema. Britney Spears' manic episode inside sushi restaurant. Let's see this police tape off. They still live? Oh no, they're not live anymore. Okay. You guys stay safe, man. There's a lot of crazy people out there, people on edge, people that have nothing to lose. It's just or mental health, medications, drugs, whatever. People just on edge, man. Thank you. I thought about that, Shiva. I did think about that. I thought about that, like on the side there, maybe something, yeah. Or maybe just plants, more plants all along. There's a couple of things that I saved. I did post a few videos, or 2 videos. I posted 2 videos on the clips page. I guess that's it. I guess we're fine, yeah. Oh, I was going to do this too. Maybe I'll leave this for tomorrow. I'll do that for the clips. Yeah. Something else for tomorrow for the clips channel. All right, guys. Catch you later. Pastor Nola. Steve, thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. Lise. Have a good night, guys. Bye. Bloop, 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 bloop.